Do you get a good story from the town? Anything from that that movie? Anything from your time on that movie?
That whole experience was great. First of all, it was a remarkable cast that they had put together, and it was my second film with Ben because I had done Gone Baby Gone, and
then you had Argo after that too,
and then Argo, and then did a little thing in Live by Night. But I was shooting Bosch, so my availability was very limited. So I went in, and that character kind of ended up in a montage sequence. But Ben, pound for pound, is probably one of the great directors of all time. I mean, if when I saw the first cut of Gone Baby Gone, I was astounded by what I saw. I knew he was a gifted writer and a director when I was doing the film. Mm-hmm. And John Toll was the cinematographer, and of course that cast, right? You've got Morgan Freeman and Ed Harris and Amy Madigan and Michelle Monaghan, Casey Affleck, John Ashton, if I'm missing anybody. But the wildest thing was the big shootout at Fenway, and being a Sox fan, and getting access because they had not done well that year, and so the season was over. But to be able to go through Fenway into places where people, the public are not.
Where'd
normally.
you go?
I went through the whole back. I went everywhere in there and got to go out and put my hand on the field. It was an incredible experience. And that sequence took about a week to shoot. And we shot so many rounds that they ran out of ammunition that they were having. It was like doing a Michael Bay movie, right? We're out of ammunition. Well, I don't care where you get it, but I want it now. And all of a sudden, they were like airdropping crates of, blanks into Fenway Park.
So you're in between, scenes. You're shooting scenes, and you're behind a monster. Is that what you're saying? Like you're going behind the green monster. You're going inside. Did you see?
Well, it was one of those kind of slightly guided tours. It wasn't like they just opened the doors and said, "Here's the keys." And we actually did the first table read once the cast was assembled. Was in one of the, I believe it was the CEO's or owner's box. We did the first table read.
In the box at Fenway Park?
Yeah, which was really cool.
Of the film?
Yeah.
Like the whole cast is together, Ham's there, you're there?
Everybody's there. Blake Lively, Rebecca Hall, Ben Renner.
Yeah.
Wow. The whole gang. Pete Postlethwaite.
And the field's behind you?
The field's behind us.
Whoa.
And even at that point, they were aware that we were shooting it. So they already had to set up barricades to block off, to keep the paparazzi back. And they followed us around. TMZ, I mean, they were everywhere. Tom Cruise was shooting a thing with Cameron Diaz at the same time. But they would just follow us around. I'd be walking down Newbury Street to go to the comic book store with my kids, and these guys would jump out with the cameras and start asking me questions. And for me, I don't care. But when I'm with my kids,
sure, yeah.
I never pulled a Sean Penn. Nobody got hurt, but there were a couple of moments where. And my kids, who were, they were little, so they thought it was kind of cool. Like, oh, we're on TV, and I went, yeah, but you don't want to talk to these guys. But that was a lot of fun to shoot that film.
Man, at Fenway Park, you're a Red Sox fan? I'm wondering if, Affleck wrote the movie just specifically to get Fenway Park in there.
Probably.
Sure. That's what we call the flex.
And you go anywhere. Because I had done Gone Baby Gone, and that film had come out, and I looked very different, and it was a completely different dialect.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you shoot something in New York, they're proprietary. I mean, and I'd have guys shouting at me, from cars like, Lionel, what are you doing? Doing a whole different movie, but
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.